friends, and welcome to another 3ABN Today cooking program. My name is Jill Morricone, and with me is my good friend and wonderful cook, Melody Prettyman. Welcome, Melody.
Hi, it's nice to be here as always.
Such a joy. We always love when you come in and share your recipes with our friends at home, and we always learn good tips, new things that we can put into practice. And today we're doing, shall we tell them?
Oh,
Do you all want to know what we're doing today?
Cupcakes.
Cupcakes. I love cupcakes.
I know, and they're so popular now, even at weddings.
Right.
They're doing cupcakes.
Right. Oh, yeah. So this is wonderful. And you all know I like dessert, so this is a really good thing. Yeah, I'm excited. But first, before we go and show you all those cupcakes that we're going to make today, I want to talk just a little bit about your ministry. You're a healthy helper. What is that? Maybe our friends haven't seen a program that you've done with us before. And tell us a little bit about what you do in your ministry.
I travel throughout the United States, anywhere there's a need. It could be a church, a venue of any kind. And what I do is I go around and I teach cooking health classes.
Amen.
Cooking, you know, plant-based. Against some of the diseases that we suffer with, the lifestyle diseases like heart disease and type 2 diabetes, obesity, some osteoporosis, things that are caused by our diet. I go in and try to educate on how we can prevent and reverse these diseases.
Amen. That's wonderful. And it's through lifestyle, through the change in the diet and the change in the lifestyle.
For most of us, food got us into it, so food has to be the element that gets us out of it.
Absolutely. And it's really changed you as far as your lifestyle.
It has.
Every time I see Melody, she's lost weight. I told her just this time when she came, every time, this lifestyle's really working. And as far as with those lifestyle diseases that you were suffering with as well, yeah, they've really changed.
Right. Now, I've lost a father and 2 brothers with those diseases, and I took heart medication too, so now I'm medication free. The weight is coming off. I feel so good, Jill.
Amen.
Really
Amen.
do. Getting older and feeling better.
Yeah. That's the best. And Melody also has a cookbook we want to show you at home. It's called Simply Yummy. There's the graphic, and this cookbook is fantastic. I have it in my own kitchen, and I use a lot of these recipes. You have soups and salads. I love those. And sauces and entrees.
Breakfast, desserts.
Breakfast. It's got everything you need in this cookbook. Plus, she's working on a brand new cookbook that might be gluten-free. Is that right?
Right.
About that.
Yes. Well, there's so many. I have celiac disease, and a lot of people struggle, especially if they're plant-based. You know how they can incorporate a lot of the different ingredients to make them gluten-free, and I do that. And also without the refined sugars and the oils and low sodium. That's a big need for heart patients and diabetics.
Oh, yeah. Praise the Lord. This will really fit a niche, and I think it'll be a real blessing. At the end of the program, we always give you Melody's contact information so you can contact her for yourself. But right now, we want to take a look at all those cupcakes that we're going to be making today. We're going to start with the chocolate cupcakes with buttercream mint frosting. Can it get any better than that?
Oh, yes. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that would be perfect. We're kind of following a holiday theme. That would work for Christmas.
Well, like winter, spring, summer, fall, and then a favorite, basically, is what we're doing.
Very nice. And then the carrot cake cupcakes with cream cheese frosting.
Oh, that's so good. I love carrot cake, and I love carrots, but even with sugar, what makes it better.
And then pumpkin spice cupcakes with soy whipped topping. Oh, that looks good too. That would work for fall then.
That would work for fall.
That would fall. Pink lemonade cupcake. Oh, they look cute.
Yes, yes, and they're so good. And you can use that spring or summer.
Yeah, okay.
And the pina colada cupcake.
I think that might be the best. Do you think that's going to be the best?
Well, anything with coconut and what else is in there?
Pineapple.
Pineapple. Yes. Just, you know, I love coconut with anything.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite candy bar used to be a Mound, so used to.
Well, I will be tasting these for you so we can give you the verdict on which are the best cupcakes. And I think you're probably going to want to try them all.
Yes.
But right now, we're going to put up that first recipe for those carob cupcakes, the chocolate cupcakes with buttercream mint frosting. For that, we need 1½ cups flour, sifted, 1 tablespoon baking powder, aluminum free, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/4 cup carob powder or cocoa powder, 1 cup soy or almond milk, 1 tablespoon lemon juice, 3/4 cup cane juice crystals, 2 teaspoons vanilla, 1/4 cup Earth Balance margarine room temperature. And with that, we're going to make the frosting. For the frosting, you need 2 cups powdered sugar, the organic variety, 4 tablespoons Earth Balance margarine, cold, 1½ tablespoon soy or almond milk, 1/8 teaspoon peppermint extract, and 2 peppermint candy canes finely crushed. It already sounds good.
I know. Love that.
Yes, let me put your cookbook under here so we don't get it dirty. All right.
Now, when I use aluminum-free baking powder, so I always incorporate my dry ingredients first. I do my wet ingredients, and then I combine them, and then that way, you know, I can get them in the oven faster because of the leavening.
Right, that's important.
It is very important.
You don't want to mix it and just let it sit.
No, you don't want to do that.
Okay.
And I know one question I always get, why do I use organic sugar?
Right.
And the reasoning for that is with most of your sugars, not all of them, but they use a bone from the animal, usually bovine, which is the cow.
Say that again?
It's called the charring process when they're doing sugar, to make it that wonderful granulated sugar. So that's why I use organic, to keep from having that in
So
sugar.
the regular sugar has animal bones
It can.
in it.
It can. We just don't know which.
Okay, so that's a good reason to go organic. That makes a lot of sense.
That's why I do it. And I didn't know that myself until I went to the store and I seen it said no animal free, and I'm like, well, why would it have animal product in it? So I started researching it, and that's the reason why.
Oh, that's a good thing. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Now first I put my flour, and also if they're doing gluten-free, they can take the same recipe, use your gluten-free mixture that you use. I use Bob's Red Mill. It's easy, and I'm on the road a lot, so that's convenient.
Right.
And I would just watch my liquid. I might have to add a little bit more liquid to that.
Okay, that's good.
And then my salt. You don't need much salt, just a little bit. And then my chocolate or cocoa or my carob. And I like carob, so you can use either one. It doesn't matter.
So you got options. You can do either, and I like that. I like having options.
And I just kind of incorporate them together before I put my liquid ingredients in here.
Very nice.
So this is your dry.
Easy. Perfect. I
Very
love that.
good. And it's a very basic recipe. I mean, your 1/2 cup flour, your 1 tablespoon of your baking powder, a little pinch, like a 1/2 teaspoon to a teaspoon of salt, and that will pretty much give you your dry ingredient to most any of your cupcakes.
And that gives us confidence, because I'm thinking anybody can do that, right?
Sure,
3
they can.
ingredients, you throw them together in the bowl, and and we can
Sure,
make
they can.
cupcakes then.
You can.
That's good.
And then now I'm going to take, I use the Florida cane crystals.
Yes.
They're called, some of them call them pure cane crystals. They have so many names, but you can usually tell it's a little browner. It's not the nice white.
Right.
Which is fine. It's not as refined. It is sugar, but you know, cupcakes aren't something, or should I say they are something we shouldn't eat every day. So on special occasions,
This is right. Absolutely.
we have them.
Yeah.
And then I take my
Is that your
vanilla,
Okay.
my sugar, and now I'm going to use the mixer.
Okay.
We're going to have a little bit of noise here. At home, you're going to do this longer, but when you take your sugar and your margarine, whatever your fat is, and you blend the air in them, it makes your cupcakes lighter.
Yes.
So you can use a whisk either way, but if you use electric,
takes the work out of it.
It takes the work out. Yeah. So I'm going to see. I don't want to splatter it all over myself. I think this mixer has a broken leg. Now I am going to put my milk in with this now.
Okay.
And you're probably seeing my lemon juice thinking, why would you put lemon juice in this?
I was thinking about that.
It's like buttermilk. So that's how I make my buttermilk.
Yes, I do that for my buttermilk pancakes. I add the lemon juice to it.
And you can see there how it's a little
starting to curdle.
Yes, that's why I do it. So that's my buttermilk. And I like a little buttermilk flavoring like that type in my baking.
We're starting to make a mess, huh? You can't work in the kitchen without making a mess.
That's okay.
Okay. So normally you would blend this a lot longer.
I would.
You'd try to cream the margarine and the sugar.
Yes, I would. Maybe 2 or 3 minutes even, you know, just give it enough time. Don't rush it. Make it light and fluffy. And you'll notice the difference when they come out of the oven.
Right.
And one of the top secrets to cupcakes is you never peek. Never peek. You never peek. If it says 20, 25 minutes on there, and again, every oven varies in temperature. So when you push down on it and it springs back, it's done, or insert a toothpick.
Right.
But wait till the end of that 20 or 25 minutes, then open the oven and peek, or they'll fall.
Turn the oven light on and peek from the inside?
You can, but even if it's wet inside, if you open that oven door, most of the time, if you see...
If you open it.
Yes.
What if you turn on the oven light and peek from outside?
You're fine.
Okay,
You're fine. You just don't
so
wanna,
I'm okay then. Okay.
You just don't... yeah. Peeking means don't open the...
right, but I'm thinking I can turn the oven light on and peek from outside and just watch them. Okay,
you can.
Good.
But if you're like me at home, my oven light doesn't work.
Oh,
I know.
We need to get that fixed.
I know we do. That's a honey-do list.
Yeah.
Now, normally this would be a little fluffier for me because I would beat it with the hand mixer and I'd make sure I get a lot of air in it.
Right.
That's what we're doing.
Okay. It smells good.
Doesn't it, though?
It really smells good.
And this recipe makes 12 cupcakes.
Okay.
The same base will make our 12 cupcakes.
Move some.
This is a lifesaver.
Perfect.
Makes them very even.
Yes.
And of course, it's not going to, you know, we're just gonna, that's the amount we want.
Okay.
You always fill your cupcakes to about 2/3 full.
Okay.
And if not, it comes over the side. It's hard to frost them that way.
Yeah, this is true. Because you want them, and this will make them all uniform in the same size.
It does.
So that's a good thing. Boy, it sure smells good, Melanie. So what do you bake it at again?
I bake it at 350 degrees.
Okay.
For approximately 20 to 25 minutes, yes. And like I say, I have a convection oven at home.
All right.
And
that's a nice thing to have that.
it is, but it bakes about, what, 25% faster?
It does. Mm-hmm.
Let's see, we just have enough for our 12 cupcakes.
Yeah,
A little bit
there
more
you
there,
go.
but we're fine.
Yeah, that one's kind of small. I can get it full there. Very good.
And then now, if you want to do the frosting,
I get to work.
you get to Bill's going to work. And we're going to use the crippled.
Okay, we'll use it. So this is your powdered sugar.
That's the powdered sugar. Mm-hmm.
Good. And then what would you add next?
I would add my margarine next.
And this is already softened, because if it was hard, it'd be a lot harder to get it together.
And if you're going to use vanilla, we're going to use the mint on this one because this is going to be a chocolate mint.
Woohoo.
Always use either a powdered or white, clear. You know, you want to use something clear. It's going to turn it dark. Now we're going to save this for the top.
For the top. Okay.
And at this point right here, I would start without adding my milk.
Okay.
And watch that, because we're going to be wearing.
We are. I'm seeing this. I see exactly why you had me do this job.
Okay, you can do all the mixing.
It's almost there.
Mm-hmm. Well, at home it's a lot easier. I mean, most everybody has made frosting. Some people might not have. I think that's good.
Okay.
And then I have two, and see, feel how light that is, Jill, without egg. Because most of your vegan cupcakes are they're denser.
Oh, yeah.
But by whipping and blending that up, you have a very light cupcake.
Oh, yeah, that's fantastic. It's like no weight at all in my hand. That's really nice, yeah.
And then you just want to take a little bit. I mean, you can pipe this. You can put it in your frosting bag and pipe them.
Nice. You did that on the film. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I see them in a lot of weddings, and they're just beautiful. I wish I had the gift of doing all that. I'm not really that gifted in that department.
Well, it actually looks pretty decent over here. I was looking at these. I don't know if you can all see our final product.
I cheated.
Oh, did you cheat?
Oh, yes, I did, because I have an assistant who helped me, Miss Brenda Francis. Yeah, she kind of, and see how easy that is? And you can take little candies, like little heart candies, anything for any season. I mean, you don't have to wait for Christmas or winter to make chocolate mint. It used to be my favorite flavors as well in ice cream,
Yes.
you know, a chocolate mint.
Oh, nice. Wonderful. And we have these. I can see. I want to look at those final products over there. And she did, you call it piping? Is that what you call it? With the,
Right, where you put it in like you would when you're decorating cakes. So
yeah,
you
they're
pipe it on.
cute. They're cute. Very nice. Now, you all know I have to try it. So we're going to find out how the chocolate mint is.
It's much better when they're nice and warm. And
I have a fork so I don't make such a mess here. Because you all wouldn't like that. It's very moist.
Good.
Oh, that's fabulous. It's not too minty. You know, some things are too minty.
Just a
hint of mint. Very, very good flavor. I like the mint on the top, too. That adds extra mint, too. This is good. I told Melody I always like hosting when she comes because I get to eat her food, and I like everything she makes. So this is going to be a hard decision to choose which cupcake's the best. But let's read the next recipe. You want to read that for us, Melody?
Sure, I do. For the carrot cake cupcakes with the cream cheese frosting, you'll need 1½ cups of unbleached white flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and that's aluminum-free, a ½ teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of soy or almond milk, whatever your preference is, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, a ½ teaspoon of cinnamon, and that's optional, 1 cup of carrots, and those are finely shredded, a 1/4 cup of raisins, and I soak them in water and then I drain them, a 1/4 cup of walnuts, and those are diced fine, a ½ cup of earth balanced margarine, and that's soft, and 1 cup of sugar. And for the cream cheese frosting, you're going to need 2 cups of powdered sugar, and that's organic, a ½ cup of tofutti cream cheese, cold, I always do that cold, a ½ cup of earth balanced margarine cold, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
Well, I like carrot cake, so I'm sure I'm going to like carrot cupcakes.
And they're moist.
Yes.
A lot of times when you have your carrots in there, it makes it moister.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to do the same thing, Jill. I'm going to start off with my flour.
We need the right bowl.
I'm going to start off with my flour.
Now, is this our gluten-free flour, or
This is regular flour. So, and it doesn't matter. It just depends on the person and what their needs are.
Right.
So don't be afraid of it. You know, you might have guests over that's gluten-free. Just treat it like you would a regular recipe. Just eliminate the wheat and put the gluten-free in.
Right. When you use regular wheat, would you use unbleached? Would you use whole wheat pastry? What type of flour do you use for that?
Unbleached is good. You can use cake flour.
Okay.
It's just double sifted. You know, I do like to sift my flour. It makes it much better.
Yes, and we're not sifting here today, but she's already sifted this
I already
stuff.
sifted it. And another thing, whenever I do put my cupcakes in their pans, I spray lightly. You don't have to, but that way it does, even in the little papers, they'll stick to it with the moisture. So if you put just a little bit of spray in there, it helps to keep them from sticking.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
So now I've incorporated my dry ingredients.
Okay. Yummy.
And for the sake of not having, you can use it.
A mess again.
I'm just going to incorporate, and normally I would have a hand mixer on this.
Okay.
So we're just going to pretend like we do.
All right. This is your organic sugar again.
Again, yes, yeah. Always, I always use the organic sugar. I've always.
Makes a lot of sense to me.
It does.
Yeah.
And even Walmart carries it. So it's not like you can't find it. It's an item that you have to worry about looking for. You're going to be able to find it.
And I think the stores are getting more health conscious.
They are.
You know, it used to be you only could go to the local health food store to find some of that stuff, but now you can get it other places.
Well, I think the reasoning behind it is people are beginning to come in and say, well, I want this or I want that.
Right.
They're losing business, so I'd
Right,
be on board.
absolutely. Yeah. If that doesn't work, let me know and I'll give you the little mixer over here. Because it wants to
Usually
get
not
all
too bad.
stuck.
Sometimes people will use oil. I think margarine just makes them a little lighter, but you can use a vegetable oil.
Okay. Very nice. Now, when you go and do your cooking schools, what sort of information would you share?
I would share with them the difference in the diets with the Western diet. You know, how that diet has caused the diseases we're suffering from today and what we can do to eliminate or reverse them. So I always talk about the food, show them the scientific evidence behind that. I mean, it's really important, folks. We are what we eat.
Yeah.
And we're a sick nation. It's because of our diets, you know, the food that we eat. So I try to fix food for them and have it prepared ahead of time so when we're done with our talk, you know, and the presentation I give them, that they're able to try those recipes out for themselves.
Oh, that's perfect. Because you can get theory and people can say, okay, you need to do this and that. But if someone gives me something and says, okay, Jill, now try it, I might say, oh, I I can do that. That actually tastes good, and it seems easy enough that I could handle. So I think that makes such a difference.
It does, and I always try to incorporate something that has something that would be a dairy item, something for a meat item.
Oh, good.
So that really helps.
Just normal, traditional, standard food that we would eat.
Traditional.
So, it doesn't seem so different.
And I like raisins in mine. You don't have to put them in. You know, recipes are like road maps. You could take many different routes to get to the same place, so it's just up to you what you're going to put into it.
So we did the butter and the sugar, and we added the milk, and you curdled it again with the lemon juice, right?
I curdled it again, yes.
All your cupcakes use the buttermilk, or not?
I do.
You do, okay.
I do.
Okay. That's your favorite.
And you don't have to, so if you don't want to put it in there, just add a little bit more liquid, that's all.
Right.
Fresh is best, so I like fresh buttermilk, fresh lemon.
Oh, yeah. Boy, it looks good. I love carrot.
And carrot cake is going to be a denser cake.
Yeah.
So it is going to be heavier. But you can still blend this, which I would if I was at home, with a hand mixer.
And you would get then more moisture, though. It would offset. It might be denser, but you're going to get more moisture.
You're going to get more moisture.
Right. And that's a good thing.
And then it's very simple again. And you're going to see with this one here how easy it is for the carrot cake one because of the density there.
Yes.
You could put walnuts in here. You could put pecans.
That would be good. Oh, sorry. Nice.
I used to pour them and it would make such a mess.
Yeah. My kitchen, whenever I cook, I always make a mess. So this is good. Tips to be neater. I like that. Now, does this bake at 350 again, too?
350 degrees, 20 to 25 minutes. You know, ovens vary. If you have a convection, just, again, for a carrot cake, I like to insert a toothpick. I wait till I see it's gone through that 20 to 25 minutes. Then I push down. If it seems springy, I might insert a toothpick. By that time, it's not going to fall.
Right. And don't open the oven again.
Don't.
Yeah.
I did it when I was baking some of these. I know I made a mistake myself. I thought, oh, it's been on long enough, open the oven, and shoo, watched them fall.
Isn't that amazing?
It is amazing. It's like, how does that happen?
Yeah, I don't know how that happens, but it does. So.
It does. Now, the reason why we're going to do this here is because this is a cream cheese.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people love, anytime you have carrot cake or velvet cake, we like a cream cheese frosting.
Oh, yeah.
So I just incorporate tofutti cream cheese, which is a tofu blend, instead of the dairy blend. And you're just using the same ingredients, just using an alternative.
Perfect. Okay, and that means I have to work again here.
You have to work.
The powdered sugar. And then the butter goes in next?
Yes.
The margarine earth
Put
balance.
your margarine in first.
And this is cold.
I like to use them cold when I'm doing a frosting. They're not as... Now, if you want it, not a ganache, but if you're wanting something that's more transparent, then you might have it warm, your margarine warm, a little bit more milk.
Okay. Now I'll mix this in a bit first. Hopefully we don't make it too big of a mess.
We probably will.
Let's see if I can cut it out a little bit first. If I break up that ball, that's going to help. There we go. We'll consider that good.
Right. Now, I really like what we did here because we have a frosting that is almost a brown.
It is.
And the reason for that is we used vanilla that was dark. So if you use the clear or you use the white powdered vanilla, you're not going to have this color, which I don't mind using this when we're doing something like the carrot or pumpkin spice or something in that nature. It's fine. But that's what you see. And a lot of people will try to hurry up their frosting. Just keep blending it and they think, oh, it's too dry, it's too dry. It doesn't take much to see that once you get in there and you start blending it, then it becomes just perfect. You get it too runny, then you have to add more powder sugar. And when you do that, then you have a grittier frosting. So don't hurry your frosting.
And I have done that before. Gotten in a hurry, gotten impatient, said, okay, add a little more of the milk or the soy milk, and then it's too runny and you got to add the powdered sugar. So
then you have to add back more fat. So if you don't have that good consistency, you're going to have a frosting that's kind of gritty.
Right. Patience is a virtue.
It is a virtue. But this is so simple that we can actually put some of this on here.
Now, normally you would have blended it more.
I would. Oh yes.
So we don't have these little pieces in here.
Mm-hmm.
This is still be good.
I do have some walnuts here.
Oh, nice.
And you could take a plate like this and put your walnuts down, and you can just kind of roll it in that.
Nice. Ooh.
And like my lovely assistant who made little carrots on them.
And Brenda did a good job.
She did, and you know, you can cut little pieces of dill, and you don't have to eat the dill.
I see them there.
And that was the least for the carrot. So you can be creative and things that are in your refrigerator whenever you go to decorate it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at those carrots. They are so cute. And we eat with our eyes. So if you make food look appealing.
We do. We do. I don't care how good it tastes. If it doesn't look good, I call it anemic food.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
My girlfriend gave me that. She said, oh, it looks anemic. And I'm like, she's right.
Right.
It does. It doesn't have any color.
Okay, ready? Taste test number 2.
You're going to love that. Doesn't have such a good flavor.
That is fantastic. The first one was good. This one's even better, actually.
Maybe they'll keep getting better.
Maybe, I don't know, but I like this one better. This one's really good. I like the spice.
I do too.
Oh yeah, that's really good. And it's denser, I can feel that, but it's definitely moister too. The other one was moist, but this is even moister. It's really good. Yummy. Let's make our next cupcake. For the pumpkin spice cupcakes, with soy whipped topping, we have 1½ cups unbleached flour, 1 tablespoon baking powder, aluminum free, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 2/3 cup pure pumpkin or half of a 15-ounce can, 3/4 cup soy or almond milk, 1 cup cane crystals, 2 teaspoons vanilla. You also need 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon, 1 teaspoon pumpkin pie spice, and 1/2 cup Earth Balance margarine room temperature. For the frosting, we're going to use 1 box of Soya 2 whipped topping, or follow the cream cheese frosting recipe that we just made and add 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon. Now, what's the difference between the pumpkin, because this is a pumpkin spice cupcake, and the carrot? I know we have carrot versus pumpkin, but as far as the rest of the things.
We're going to use pumpkin.
Okay.
And we'll use pumpkin pie spice.
Okay.
And a little bit of cinnamon or cardamom, which anyone prefers. So you're going to incorporate the pumpkin instead of the carrots this time. And it's creamed.
Oh, nice,
where your carrots are shredded.
Right, okay. You have some of the similar spices, though, as far as the cinnamon and the...
Yes, you do.
Okay.
You do.
So I'm going to like this one, then.
You like... I was going to say that when you tried the last one. But we're going to go ahead and put our flour in.
All right.
And we're going to put in our...
Baking powder.
Baking powder and our salt. And I'll let you whisk that up together.
All right.
And so, because we have dry ingredients here, too...
Good.
I'm going to add these.
All right. That way you can make sure it gets all mixed. Smells good.
Oh, you know, they say if you want to sell a house, all you have to do is put something in the oven, like with spices or apples.
Yeah.
And
that's right.
People feel at home.
That's right. Absolutely. So they're all the same principle, which is helpful.
Same principle. You know, I don't like things to be difficult.
Me neither.
You know, when you're in the, I love to be in the kitchen. I love to cook, but I like it to be easy.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't have a whole lot of space in my kitchen. People think I have this palatial kitchen at my house, and I don't.
Right.
So you have to make sure that your spices and seasonings are redundant, so you can cook, use the same things, you know, because of space.
Oh, absolutely. And I don't want to be opening up a new cookbook and opening up a recipe or something, and then all of a sudden I'll be saying, oh, I don't have that ingredient. oh, I don't have that ingredient, and you're trying to substitute, or else you say, well, forget that, I'm not going to make that. So it's nice to have things that have similar ingredients, and then you can make all these different options, so that's nice.
It is, and a lot of people, it's a misconception that, well, if I have different ingredients, it's going to have a different taste. That's not so. But you can use a lot of the same ingredients, just switch up a few things and get a complete different flavor out of it.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Okay.
Now
Is
let's
this mixed?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
And what we're going to do here is we're going to, again, take our sweetener.
All right.
Some people will use a brown sugar, too. I would rather use that in a muffin because that is heavier.
Yes. Yep. Gotcha.
Cakes, I don't mind. Cookies, I like brown sugar in cookies, which is usually just your sugar with molasses.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. That's good. And you can get that organic, too, the brown sugar.
You
so
can.
you don't have those potential.
If you're lucky enough to have a good health food store in your community or Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, something like that, you know, you can always find those ingredients there.
That's nice. Gives you options. Yeah.
I'm just getting
We're
some of this
mixing it
fat
together. Yeah.
Now I'll let you get the whisk there. Normally, again, I would have a hand beater because I want these airy, so because they're going to be real dense, they're going to be heavier.
Right.
And I will put some of that pumpkin in there.
This does not look like coconut, does it?
You could. I mean, it would go together.
Oh,
You could
yeah.
put coconut in it, though, but no, it's not.
Now, have you ever tried this with squash? Like
Yes.
squash muffins? Does it work
And
good?
sweet potato.
Ooh, that would, I like sweet
A
potatoes.
good organic sweet potato. Oh. Ooh, you're good.
All tired. I'm done. All tired. No.
And your vanilla.
Now I can't whisk as fast.
No.
That's the problem. We'll have that all over the counter.
And I forgot to put our salt in.
Oh, so would you add that if you forget?
No, I'm just
here,
going to
here?
go ahead. Yeah, just put it in there.
Okay. There we go. That's getting better.
With the aluminum-free baking powder, one of the things you don't want to do is put it in the beginning with the liquid because it will break down faster, so you won't have the rising with it that you would with your sodium bicarbonate, which is your baking soda or your aluminum.
Right. Okay.
It's good.
Is that good?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I don't know if you need a whisk or not.
We'll try it and see. Oh, yeah, it looks good.
Doesn't it? Smells good, too.
You know, I'm thinking, I know you were thinking seasons as far as winter, spring, summer, fall, but you can do this any time of year.
I do.
I could have a pumpkin cupcake in the
I
summer.
do. Yeah, I do.
In the spring? Oh, yeah. All right. I don't know about the edges here. Oh, that's pretty good.
It is.
Okay.
And again, this bakes just like, now because this is going to be denser, I would probably let this go 25 to 30 minutes even.
Yes.
Now, if I would have had the hand mixer,
Right.
and I would have beat some air into it, it could have gone,
Right.
you know, maybe a little less. But I'd use a toothpick on this. Even though it springs up, I'd
Okay.
use a toothpick.
Okay. There we go. Do your grandkids like to get in and help you cook?
Well, my granddaughter does. My grandson, I have an addition to the Prettyman family, Evan.
Oh.
He's such a cutie. Oh, my word. He's only 6 months old, so
no.
he will be.
That's right.
But my granddaughter, she has a stool at the house that is her place to perch and start getting into Grandma's cooking. She'll say, Grandma,
How old is she again?
let's cook. She'll be 5 years old.
Okay. Okay. So that's perfect. You know, perfect age to get in the kitchen.
Oh, she's been cooking with Grandma since she was probably less than 3.
Ooh, okay.
You know, or should I say messing, but
Yeah, but see,
think
that's
she's
fun.
cooking.
That's right. You get up there
Absolutely.
and
She loves it.
Yeah,
She loves being in the kitchen.
get your kids in there.
Now, we already made the frosting. The
Wow,
only
good.
difference
I get to relax now.
The only difference I would do with the buttercream is I would add some of the spices, like maybe the pumpkin pie or nutmeg, cinnamon, anything to give it that spiciness.
Yeah.
And then I would just put a little bit, sprinkle it right on the top, you know, pinch it on the top.
Nice.
That's the only difference.
Nice, nice. Oh, this one is already.
It's
For me
ready to
to
go. So you can at least get the flavor out of it and see what you think of it.
This is number 3 now.
That's number 3.
Number 3. Okay, I'm keeping track.
She never gains pound.
Oh, that's fabulous too.
And again, you could use your squashes, especially like your butternut. You could use your pumpkin. You can use your yams, your sweet potato.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. You know, I like them all. And I said the last one was my favorite, the one with the carrot. But this one's pretty close to there, too. This one's really good, too.
Maybe the next one will be your favorite, Jen.
Maybe. I don't know. I think these are my, I think they're tied.
Are they? You like the spice.
Oh, yeah, I do. Let's read our next recipe here. You want to read that for the pink lemonade cupcakes?
Yes, the pink lemonade cupcake with pink lemonade frosting. You'll need 1½ cups of unbleached flour, and that's sifted, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, that's aluminum-free, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of pink lemonade concentrate, and that's thawed out, 1/2 cup of cane juice crystals, which is your sugar, 1/2 cup of coconut milk, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 3 drops of beet juice, this is for color, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice extract, and your frosting, you're going to do 1½ cup of confectioner's sugar, and that's organic or vegan, 1/3 cup of Earth Balance margarine, and that's soft, 2 teaspoons of pink lemonade concentrate, again it's thawed out, 1 teaspoon of lemon extract, and 3 drops of beet juice for the color.
Well, I think of all the cupcakes, these are the cutest. They're just adorable. If you look at them, oh, man.
As cute as they are, men like the flavor, so, I mean, anybody can eat them.
I'm thinking, I know it's summertime and your kids would love it, but it'd even be cute, a Valentine's Day thing.
Oh,
you know,
sure.
For your husband, that'd be fun.
Sure,
too.
and you can, I've got lemons on there, but you can do like limeade and make them in lime and cherry. So,
oh, that would be good.
Sure you can.
Yeah, you got options.
Yeah, always have options. Same
very cute.
thing. Flour, baking powder, and salt.
Perfect. Nice and easy.
And as long as your ratio on liquids is the same, you can put whatever liquid you want in there, okay?
And that's the nice thing, you can experiment. Get in there and say, what flavors do I like? What do I want to put in there? And I'm very fascinated. When you read the recipe, I thought this beet juice. So you got to tell me about that when we get to that too.
You know, I love beet juice and the color, and you know, our famous chef Mark Anthony used it. And I thought, yes, that's wonderful because we don't have to use the food coloring.
So instead of, say, you know, you get your food coloring, your food dyes, and, you know, the different tubes and the different colors, you'd be using beet juice for the rest.
I would.
Wow.
That's what I use.
I have never used beet juice, so this is new.
Now, I've got my sugar in here, and this is canned coconut milk.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to use the coconut milk. This is my fat. And I'm only going to use a couple tablespoons, I think it called for my olive oil. So this, even though the coconut is a fat, it's an essential fat, so it's a little different. The body uses it instead of storing it on our bodies as much.
Yeah. So we're not doing the margarine with this one. We
not.
did the coconut instead. That gives you your fat.
Now this is the beet juice.
Oh. Boy, that is red.
Look how intense.
Now, does it flavor? As in, would it?
Not as
taste
much.
like
You can use it in sweet or savory, so you're not going to get that intense. There's a little bit in there if you want to just stick your little pinky in there.
I do.
You're not going to get that intense flavor. It's so you can use it in sweet or savory.
It's not strong at all. You know, you'd think being that concentrated, it'd be really strong.
Beautiful, isn't it? Now, this is the concentrated pink lemonade.
Yes.
So there's some sugar in here. That's why I didn't use as much sugar in my recipe.
Right.
So now I have the...
Oh, that's good and pink.
It is good and pink, isn't it? But we've got white flour here, so it's not going to be near as much.
Right. Okay, now, if you were doing other colors, say you wanted a green or a yellow, do you have anything special you would use in place of the food coloring for that?
You'll probably laugh at me. I'd get my Vitamix out with a little bit of water and do up spinach.
For the green?
For the green.
Oh, that's perfect.
So you could use a green. You don't have to use food coloring.
Right.
Maybe orange juice to help with the orange.
Right. Okay.
You know, yellow.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I never thought about that. It's a good idea, yeah. Boy, that's pretty. It's not so intense, the pink.
It's not. And again, if I had my electric mixer here and we were mixing this up, it's going to be fluffier, you know, it's going to be fuller body, and it's not going to be, it won't have that density when it comes out of the oven.
Yes, yes. Boy, that looks good.
And then again, we do the same thing.
Same thing. I'm
See
getting
how
good at
simple? It's just, it's getting old hat, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I like that.
And our little chocolate ones, when they came out of the oven, Jill,
Yeah.
they peaked so nice. Now, I didn't tell the viewing audience that when I did that, when I snuck that one in as a gluten-free.
Yes.
And I checked it.
And they still rose really well?
They rose well, and it had that lightness to it. So, you know, that's something that you just don't have to worry about that so much. And most of your stores now do carry the products out there.
They do.
Where before, you had to make up the rice flour and all the different blends with the xanthan guns, but now they've done that work for us.
Right. And it makes it a lot better.
It does make it a lot better.
Yes.
It's easier for us. It's all self-mixed, so we don't have to do anything in that preparation anymore.
You know, I think a lot of people are celiac or gluten intolerant or something.
Yeah, it's really become an epidemic. I mean, I meet more people every day who have something that they can't have, wheat or
allergies to something, or soy. That's a big thing. There's a lot of soy allergies out there.
Nut, soy, dairy, those are big allergies.
Absolutely. So this is good. In order, we have substitutes or things that we can use instead and still have something good, instead of us thinking, well, you know, since we can't have the gluten, then I'm going to have really dense bread and it won't taste good. But there can be really good bread options and really good cupcake options.
You know, for me, I use the DeLand. It's always been a favorite.
They're out of Florida.
Got me started. She's the one who told me about that, and I think I've told the world. It's the most wonderful thing.
It is very good. I've tried some of it. It's very good.
Now, I just took the frosting here that we had pre-made, and I dumped some of the juice in there, and then your beet juice. Here's my color.
Oh,
now, if I don't want this as pink, I'm not going to put as much of the...
Did I put too much? I'm sorry.
That's okay. You can see now this would have been good for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that...
Sorry, I shouldn't have
No,
done that.
that's okay. Look how beautiful. See, it's lightening up.
Yeah, it is.
Now, this is a little bit thinner, and I did this on purpose, and I don't even have one of the cupcakes up here with me. But I would dump my cupcake, and I would roll it and set it down. And by doing that, you're going to have the same kind of glaze topping there that you would, and maybe a little bit of a different color frosting on top, more of a thicker frosting. But I like it this consistency. Sometimes it looks really nice.
Are those or are those different cupcakes?
Yeah.
They are? Okay.
Didn't even see them sitting there.
I pulled them out. She didn't see me bring them out.
And that's what I would do. Go ahead and just dip that down in.
Do more?
No.
Oh,
see there?
Okay.
Look at that. Isn't that perfect?
Nice. Ooh, now see, she does it better than me. That's nice. It doesn't fall off
and
the
then
edge.
it'll sit there, and it'll not like a fondant, but it'll harden up a little bit, and then you can put your other frosting on top, so you can, you know, layer it, give it some definition.
Right. Now, with this frosting, did we use the cream cheese frosting, or did we use the first frosting that we made? You know,
we made the buttercream, but you can do either. It's not going to be bad with that. I mean, you can do either.
Okay. All right.
You could even use a mint with that.
Oh, that would be good.
You could
Absolutely. This is cupcake number 4, and right now it's a tie between number 2 and number 3 because I like the spice between the carrot and the pumpkin, but we got to find out about this.
When we're all done, I'll tell you which one's my favorite.
Okay, that's good. Mmm.
Did you pick up the lemon?
Mm-hmm. That one's very good too. Boy, now I can't decide. You can really taste the lemonade. Just a hint, but it has a good lemon flavor. That's good. Well, I have to think about this a while. Maybe I'll see after the last one. We'll decide, huh?
Okay.
Let's read the last cupcake recipe for the pina colada cupcakes with buttercream frosting. You need 1½ cups unbleached flour, 1 tablespoon baking powder, aluminum free, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1 cup sugar, 1/2 cup crushed pineapple, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 1/2 teaspoon coconut extract, 1/2 cup Earth Balance margarine, 1/2 cup coconut milk. And for the frosting, you need 1/2 cup Earth Balance margarine, 1/2 cup tofutti cream cheese, 1 teaspoon coconut extract, 2 cups powdered sugar, that's organic, 1/2 teaspoon vanilla extract, and 1/2 cup coconut lightly toasted. Yummy!
Now this is my favorite.
Now we get the truth.
Because I love coconut, anything coconut,
Yeah.
but to have the coconut and to have the pineapple mixed together, I just love this.
Oh, yeah.
So it's my favorite.
Well, I don't know. I'll have to try it and let you know. But,
Yes.
Because I like pineapple and coconut too, so yeah.
Now, Jill, if you want to go ahead and put together those dry ingredients,
Sure.
we're going to do the same thing. I know this seems redundant, folks, but you know, you'll love it knowing that you can just do the same thing over and over again.
Oh,
you get
yeah.
to the place where you don't need a recipe to follow.
Right.
You know what your
Right.
wet and your dry ingredients are together.
And repetition deepens impression. So by now, I'm
Exactly.
remembering this.
Exactly.
Right, that's good. Okay.
So those are incorporated really well. And I'm going to go ahead and start the liquid. And Jill, while I'm doing this, I want to tell you, I made a horrible mistake.
Yeah.
I have some dear fans of yours that are friends of mine.
Okay.
And they absolutely love you, Dave and Martha.
Aw.
And they live in Idaho, Bonners Ferry, Idaho.
Okay.
They had contacted me and said they had a gift for you. Dave makes pins, writing pins, himself, beautiful.
Oh,
And he made
by
one
hand?
by hand. He made one for you because he knows you love music, and he made one for your husband, Greg,
Aw.
and shipped them to me, and I left them at home. So I was going to give them to you while I was here, and they love you and watch you faithfully, Jill. I would love for them to be able to come and meet you sometime because they really do appreciate your ministry here.
I would love to meet them too. That would be really special. You said Dave and Martha?
Dave and Martha.
Well,
Marta.
Dave and Marta, I just want to thank you so much. And thank you, Dave, for doing all that hard work. I can't see the pens now, but I'll look forward to getting them when Melody gets them over. And thank you so much. And I would love to meet you too someday. That would be really special.
You would love them.
Yeah.
I went there and did a seminar.
Oh, nice.
And they opened up their home for us. Now, I have to be honest with you, very few people cook for me.
Because it's gluten-free and they're afraid of it?
They're afraid because I'm a cook.
Oh.
They're like, there's nothing we could cook for you. You cook all the time. So
Right.
Mike and I, you know, or myself, anytime I travel, I rarely get invited over to dinner. And people say the same thing. We don't know what to cook for you. You know, you're a cook, and I can't cook
They're
as good as you.
intimidated.
Very intimidated. Well, Dave and Martha invited us to stay at their house, cooked for us, and I mean, what a blessing, and the food was phenomenal. It's like every time we go back now, when we go up to Bonners Ferry,
Right.
they say, oh, come home, we have your room ready, and they do. It's
And
like,
you're
come
like,
home.
oh, yeah, I want to come eat,
Absolutely, and it's like, what are we eating this time? I love it.
right? That's exciting. Well, that's special.
Oh, you know, we've met so many friends and family on the road. Now we have an extended family everywhere we go.
Amen.
We've stayed with
That's
wonderful people. The people, the Dosses from Edgemont Video.
Okay, yeah.
We were
Esther
blessed.
Chip.
We were blessed to stay in their home. I
They're
mean,
wonderful people.
your great aunt.
Yes.
Stay with your
yes.
great aunt. It was nice.
Aunt Ruth, that's right. She told me about that. She was so excited. Yeah.
Yeah, Spirit Lake, Idaho. It was so wonderful.
So we're adding the pineapple and the vanilla.
The vanilla. So we have our margarine, we have our sugar, we have our pineapple, our coconut flavoring.
Nice.
You can smell it, can't you?
Oh, yeah. That smells really good.
Doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Now we
So-
add the wet to the dry.
Wet to the dry. Again, now if I had my trusty little hand blender, this would be so nice and fluffy.
Oh, nice.
But the good thing about it is, even though you don't have an electric mixer,
Right.
if you just have a spoon, whatever it is you use in your kitchen,
Right.
some of you bachelors out there, some of you women who don't like to cook, it's okay.
Right.
Dump and pour. It still comes out really good.
Right. Very good. And then we would dump these. Since we're our last one, we've done it so many times, we figure you know how to do that. But we would use our little scoops and
Use
put them
our
in.
little scoops, put them in.
All right.
And now here we have the finished ones.
Okay.
Also, I would just, now this frosting has our regular frosting. I would put it on my cupcake. And of course, when they're nice and cool.
Right. And these just came out of the oven, so they're pretty warm. Huh?
They're pretty warm.
Nice.
Now what I like to do is I like to roll them around into some coconut
Oh, that's nice.
and then take my little cherry and put on top.
That's adorable.
I know, don't you just
That's
love it?
adorable.
And you can toast the coconut. The ones that I have out here are toasted.
Okay.
You don't have to. You can use just the regular coconut. You could put a little bit of the crushed pineapple on the top with it.
Nice.
Do that too.
That would be nice too. This is the last one I get to try. We should be doing some more.
I think we should.
I think I want to eat some more. No.
I just want to know if you can remember which one is your favorite now.
That is good.
I don't know, Jill. I don't think that's enough. I really think you need to eat a cupcake.
When did you put that under the counter? I did not see this happening.
This is Jill's personal cupcake I made for her. It's kind of wet lopsided now. I made this yesterday. But
beautiful.
Inside there is a chocolate cherry ganache like inside of it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's her personal cupcake.
Oh,
and it looks a little sad right now, but
it's fantastic. I have never had such a big
I don't know if it's big enough.
In my life.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Actually, Miss Brenda Francis, who comes with me, and she
does a good job.
Anytime I come to 3ABN, Brenda is like, okay, I'm going to come. Now, she works, and she takes time off, and she donates that time to come down here at 3ABN because she loves 3ABN so much. And I'll tell you, I don't know what I'd do without her. But she found this cupcake mold. She said, we got to do this for Jill.
So, thank you. Thank you so much, and thank you, Brenda. That's wonderful. Well, we had such a good time, and those cupcakes were all good, and I can't decide which is my favorite, which means you have to try them all and see which one you like for your family and friends. Right now, we want to put up Melody's contact information. If you want to contact her, have her come to your area, do a seminar or cooking school, if you'd like her cookbook, here is the information that you will need, and I know that she would love to come to your area and to minister, because that's what her heart is all about, is ministry. So here is what you need just now.
If you would like to contact Melody to invite her to your church, then you can write to Your Healthy Helper, 614 Greenbrier Circle, Howard, Ohio 43028. That's Your Healthy Helper, 614 Greenbrier Circle, Howard, Ohio 43028. You can call 740-398-6491. That's 740-398-6491. You can also email her at yourhealthyhelper@yahoo.com. It's all one word, yourhealthyhelper@yahoo.com. Contact her today. She'd love to hear from you.
Hello, I'm Carrie Christian, and I'm just thrilled to tell you that 3ABN is growing. Here's Greg Morricone to tell us more.
Thank you, Carrie. I'm standing in front of the beautiful 3ABN call center. This building was built 12 years ago, and it was built because we had a tremendous need for a larger call center. We were bursting at the seams. At that time, the call center was in, you could say, a rather large office space. So then we moved into this nice, spacious building. Well, since we moved into this 12 years ago, we've had the need for a warehouse to store our pallets of books, DVDs, CDs, that sort of thing. And we've kept it stored in what we call the Boss Auditorium, which is not connected to this building. It's across the parking lot, over there behind the main production building. Well, about 2 weeks ago, the Lord has blessed by funds. Thank you so much for your funds and supporting God's work. We've been able to start a large warehouse right connected to our current call center. Now, this warehouse is 80 feet wide by 102 feet long. Now, you may say, well, that's pretty big. I'll tell you how it helps us so much. In our current storing facility, we can store about 142 pallets. In our new warehouse, we'll be able to store about 440 pallets, which will help us so much in our organization. But not only that, in this warehouse, we also have room for the 3ABN production truck, the large production truck I'm sure you've seen where they do remote shoots. They'll be able to bring that in here, do some work on it, be able to store some of the production equipment in here. Not only production, but we have some room for engineering, because engineering needs to store some of their transmitters, equipment that goes to help 3ABN go across the air. We'll be able to also store that in here. Now, what the plans are to do with the Boss Auditorium, that's exciting too, because we'll also be able to now expand in the Boss and make that into a studio. So praise the Lord. You know, God is so good. We have a beautiful day, but God has blessed this ministry, 3ABN, and it's through your prayers and financial support that we have been able to do this. Thank you so much for helping us in this need.
Thank you, Greg, and thank you, our dear viewers and listeners, for your support. Over the years, we have counted on the fact that where God guides, He provides, and we have seen that promise come true every time we step out in faith. If you feel the Holy Spirit impressing you to support 3ABN's worldwide ministry, please send your tax-deductible gifts to 3ABN, Post Office Box 220, West Frankfort, Illinois, 62896. Thank you for all you do to ensure that the gospel continues to reach every corner of the world.
Welcome back, friends. We're here with our delicious spread of cupcakes, aren't we?
Yes.
And I still can't decide which is my favorite because they're all really, really good. Let's look at them. Let's look at what we made here today. That's the pumpkin one.
Spice, yes. It was good. I like pumpkin, I like spice. So.
Me too. I like the spice. I liked both of the cupcakes with the spice. They were really fabulous.
But when you have the pink lemonade too, I mean, that's it's so refreshing and so good.
Oh yeah, it was really good. And then we can see the carrot ones in the front, and then now we're looking at those with the pina colada.
Pina colada.
Yeah. They were really good. Oh yeah, I gotta have one of those later. With the cherry on top, I love that. They're so cute.
And you could put a little bit of the pineapple on there too. So.
Oh, that's a good idea. I hadn't thought about that. That would be really nice. And then we have these next to the big angel here. We have the carob ones.
The
chocolate carob,
cocoa
whatever you want to call
carob with the mint.
And they were good. They were really good too. I can't decide which is my favorite. And then I have my own personal cupcake.
You know, I really shocked her with that. She did not know that was coming.
I am so excited about that cupcake. That's very nice. Yeah. We had such a good time today, didn't we?
We did. It went by fast.
It always goes by fast, especially when we're having fun. Yeah. And I want to encourage you to contact Melody. I know we already gave you her address, but if you couldn't get it down in time, you can always write us at 3ABN or call us, and we'll be happy to get you that information because your cookbook is good and the recipes and the information is really good too. So it's fun. Yeah. Now I'm going to try to eat this. Y'all think I can eat this?
I think she can eat it.
Maybe I'll just dive right in. But first, I better say goodbye. So thank you for joining us. We always have such a good time together, and I hope and pray that you use these recipes and share them with your friends and family. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
God bless.